Akwa Ibom State Police Command arrests suspect armed robbers in Ikot-Ekpene and surrounding local government areas. Baby Joanna Rose Samuel goes to church for infant baptism. Plus, Nigerian students in Uyo lament challenges face accessing accommodation after securing admission. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. My name is Joy Ubani with the details of those headlines and other reports. A quick reminder that this broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and on our social media handles, Facebook and YouTube. Do well to like and follow our page. And on to the news. The Speaker of Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Udome Otong, has assured the public that the tax reform bills will not only strengthen betting and lottery activities, but will also expand the state's economic base beyond civil service dependence. Correspondent Nsika Okon reports that the Speaker was represented by the public at the public hearing on the tax reform bills by the Deputy Speaker Kufri Abbas Edidem.
The Speaker Udome Otong says the aim of public hearing is to gather inputs from stakeholders and citizens in line with democratic principles and explain that the bills will improve accountability in revenue administration as well as regulate betting and lottery activities effectively in the state. The Chairman, House Committee on Finance and Appropriation, and member representing Oran State Constituency, Itoretum, says input from stakeholders will help lawmakers make quality legislation capable of standing the test of time.
This is intended to further strengthen economic growth, encourage transparency, discipline, stability, as well as reduce the burden of more taxation on our people.
The significance of this bill in the past 80 years is that in concept, they will impact positively in the revenue of public state revenue and they will promote extensively the efficiency in the revenue generation machinery.
Commissioner for Finance, Emembo, and that of Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, Sika Nka, and the Chairman of Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue, Okon, and some stakeholders spoke on the bills.
We are trying to move this forward to the honorable members so that we can reduce the total. Because the role of the Ministry of Finance has to be properly aligned, individual, and properly integrated. The way of response will remain every position and put things in perspective to such a level where these jobs are put out from use. All that we say, let's harmonize and use the number of taxes where the taxpayers, businesses, individuals, especially the rural government. We have over 6 unions in the transport sector and collect dues. This law will not come and give unions in Akwa Ibom. Accept this order. Any tax or taxes imposed on real property owners and landlords will be transferred to the tenant.
Despite divergent views, the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation has assured participants that all submissions would be carefully reviewed before passed into law. Nsika Okon, NTA News.
And on to security matters. In its sustained fight against violent crime, Akwa Ibom State Police Command, under the leadership of the Commissioner of Police, Baba Mohammed Azari, has recorded a major operation success with dismantling of notorious armed robbery syndicates operating in Ikot-Ekpene and surrounding local government areas. In a statement by the Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Tim from John, indicates that on Saturday, February 8, 2026, at about 8:30 in the evening, operatives of the command carried out a swift intelligence-led operation that led to the raid of the gang's hideout at Ikoroku village in Ikot-Ekpene local government area. During the operation, Elijah Akman, male, age 48, was arrested A search of the suspect resulted in the recovery of 4 expanded cartridge and 2 special protection unit police badge, strongly indicating criminal impersonation and an attempt to disguise as law enforcement personnel to perpetrate violent crimes. The statement notes that further investigation led to the arrest of another gang member, Nsika Odo, male, age 32, of the same address, identified as the custodian of the firearm used by the syndicate. Items recovered include 1 single barrel gun, 8 expanded cartridges, 3 small containers containing gunpowder, other materials used for the illegal reloading of cartridges. The command views the illegal possession of police badges and locally reloaded ammunition as a serious threat to public safety, highlighting the syndicate's intent to deceive, intimidate, and unleash violence within the community. According to the statement, both suspects are currently in police custody, while intensified investigations are ongoing to dismantle the entire criminal network, trace the source of the firearm and ammunition, and apprehended other fleeing members of the gangs. Reacting to the development, the Commissioner of Police CP Baba Mohammed Azari reassured residents that Akwa Ibom State will not be a safe haven for criminals, warning that aggressive intelligence-driven operations and targeted raids will continue across the state. The command urges members of the public to remain vigilant and continue to support the police with timely and credible information, as security remains a shared responsibility. We'll now pause for a break. We'll be right back. Please stay.
Mind-blowing innovation in hospitality. Tastefully furnished rooms and apartments. Cozy restaurant with local and continental dishes. Exquisite spa, standard laundry and car wash. Free Wi-Fi and 24-hour spa and water supply. Feel the superior quality of hospitality and luxury as you unwind and relish the comfort of life. All at the Silver Luxury Hotel. Managed by Joy Hills Limited. Itiam Utop Street, Plot 100 Units L, Red Housing Estate, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0806-840-1220 or 0701-661-7341. Silver Luxury Hotel, oasis of comfort.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinali Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinali Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadison Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinali Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinali Water, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. Call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinali Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. Rubella, also known as German measles or 3-day measles, is a contagious viral infection caused by the rubella virus, characterized by a mild fever and distinctive red rash. To avert the spread of rubella, medical professionals are encouraging parents to ensure their children receive all recommended vaccines, while prospective mothers are advised to confirm their vaccination status. The reports. While typically a mild self-limiting illness in children and adults, rubella poses a severe risk to pregnant individuals, causing miscarriages or serious birth defects known as congenital rubella syndrome, with devastating consequences, especially for pregnant women and unborn babies. Health experts warn that rubella poses a serious threat when contracted during pregnancy, particularly in the early stages. This severe birth effect can lead to heart abnormalities, hearing loss, vision impairment, and developmental delays in affected babies. Women planning pregnancy are also encouraged to visit health facilities to check their vaccination status.
They will carry and go to hospital. You tell me what I want to do. If I have money, I will do it.
I want to advise all pregnant women to take their antenatal clinic very seriously. They should take their vaccine, tetanus toxoid, meet a doctor and not just stay in the house. They should avoid herbs and other unprescribed medication, over-the-counter medication.
Medical Director, UUTH, Dr. Emema Basibasi, is advising parents to ensure children get complete routine immunization schedules.
Rubella is actually German measles. It's a bit milder, than the normal measles, but it's caused by a virus. But if it affects a pregnant woman, it can actually have devastating consequences.
He emphasized that vaccination remains the most effective way to prevent rubella and stop its spread within communities.
It's a mild disease in children, but because of its effect in pregnancy, it's a matter of serious public health concern. And because of that, you have the rubella vaccine. The rubella vaccine is actually available, and it's usually given in combination, what is called MMR, mumps, measles, rubella. So the public needs to be aware that this vaccine, is available in virtually every health center, every government health center, every general hospital, and even in the teaching hospital.
Health professionals further stress that increased public awareness and improved vaccination coverage will help prevent rubella and protect future generations from avoidable birth defects. Now, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, Malam Larry Isa Onilu, has described data privacy as a core national value essential to human dignity, trust, and responsible citizenship. As key stakeholders gathered for the second Data Privacy Summit 2026 to discuss privacy in the era of emerging technologies. The summit was organized by the National Data Protection Commission. Isa Onilu said data protection goes beyond technical and regulatory concerns, aligning with NOA's mandate of shaping mindsets and strengthening moral and civil values as captured in the National Values Charter. The head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Mrs. Didi Esther Wixon Jack, who also delivered a goodwill message at the event, stressed that emerging technologies are rapidly transforming governance and service delivery, making data protection fundamental to ethical governance, accountability, and sustainable innovation. From security perspective, the Director of Nigeria Police Force National Cybercrime Center, Commissioner of Police Uche Ifeanyi Henry, who described data as the new products driving modern institutions and national security, warned that cybercrime and data breaches now pose serious threats globally and in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the National Identity Management Commission, represented by its head of ICT, Mr. Lanre Yusuf, converged goodwill messages on behalf of the Director General and Chief Executive Officer, assured Nigerians of the safety of their data, disclosing that over 128 million citizens have been captured under the National Identification Number System, and reaffirmed NIMSI's commitment to a secure and inclusive digital identity management. It's time for the second break. We'll be right back again. Please stay with us.
Hotel. Come, feel the luxury of our contemporary hotel. We offer lodging and accommodation. Stay at our deluxe executive and luxury suite for your comfort. Experience extravagant dining and delicious meals by expert chef. Lounge at our exquisite VIP bar. Enjoy 24 hours power supply with free Wi-Fi services. Our security system is top-notch to ensure your safety. Ample parking space and laundry services available. The ambience is serene to make your stay memorable. We are located at number 1 Julius Paget Road off House of Assembly Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For reservations, call 070-650-41139. Rosebeer Hotel, hospitality at its best.
Kanyan isikiri yaginemeneme mubunumpo mendo tamsitu hukara statement ye akeme ntonko hukara aku fawuti musiarifia koro ake menangandu bege irememo aru keri nambru fawuti mokebenduse NTA channel 12 yo etumo ekoto nemenyan keri namami ari raritie kwa weneze kenkarika amamia itiaba abu yoke minute erep meruep ndobiyeyo kutemon simbago di yagineme kebu kubok momobok ase trupa nemenyan mbaginengam poibuno yemkot iramnyan.
Well, accommodation like food and clothing is a fundamental human need, critically to the well-being of people, including students of higher institution of learning. To many students, securing accommodation immediately after gaining admission is always a major challenge that puts many newly admitted into disarray. Charity James highlights the challenges faced by students in accessing accommodation after securing admission and the way forward.
There is no doubt to the fact that the increasing population of students in Nigeria higher institutions has continued to increase on a yearly basis. This causes accommodation to become a major concern for students in tertiary institutions in Akwa Ibom State and Nigeria at large, especially the freshers. After securing admission, the next critical step most students take is to secure accommodation, as it forms the foundation upon which a student's academic, social, and personal life is built. But this is always a challenge to them, as most tertiary institutions can house small fraction of their students on campus.
The government can produce a good hostel, a good space for the students and every other person to understand that come to Abo here in the Tosca Republic. It will be very good, especially for new students. This is very rough. But if the government can create a space that can accommodate everybody, you understand, both the new and old, it will be okay for us.
I don't know if there's a way to just make accommodation around the school environment for the students.
The student will have to roam about, find where to squat, and I don't know whether the school will also notice that, but they will just keep mute until the student will just find a way or the wrong place to stay. So when they find out that the accommodations for those schools are not adequate for the numbers of students that's given the admission.
Appealing for the government to give us a accommodation grants so that we can be able to stay in a hostel, or we can be able to rent an apartment somewhere else to stay, even though it's not in the school but outside the school, because accommodation is a challenge to Nigerian students.
This shortage has driven up costs of rents, making it difficult for students to afford decent housing.
Some people self-condemn, they're paying like about 250,000. So I think government should really look into it, because especially places close to school, the rents are very high that students can't even afford it.
The aspect of this apartment is really bad for us, because some of the landlords, take us all this something of their own, they're taking us like they used to have money to rent higher apartments, so that's why they're taking the rents so high. So that's it, we can't afford it. We're just doing our best. We just ask the government to just try their best and do something about it. The house rent is house. I paid the agent, I paid everything, I consulted the landlord, so all those things, I did it. All those things made it a huge amount of money, so it's higher, everything is higher.
A university done in the Department of Film and Multimedia Studies, University of Uyo, Professor Charles Obot, is of the view that accommodation should be made a priority by both management of the institution, parents, and other individuals. The professor also emphasized the need for public-private partnership in the building of hostel accommodation for students.
And students have been duped, students have been exploited by landlords and landladies, and the ones that are now paying the price for the society's complacency or the society's refusal to hold government to account. That's the honest fact. For the well-meaning members of the public, if they feel touched by these issues, they cannot donate hostels. It's okay. We are aware of what many students are going through. We want to donate hostels and this to try to mitigate.
Students.
Now, the parents have been admonished to leave a lasting legacy that will stand the test of time for their generations. Innocent Ekem said this during the infant baptism of baby Joanna Rose Samuel at the Presbyterian Church of Nigeria, Silas Odo Street, Uyo. Uforo Etu brings us the details.
The atmosphere was filled with praises and thanksgiving as baby Joanna Rose Samuel was dedicated and baptized to the glory of God and was witnessed by family members and other well-wishers. The officiating minister, Reverend Innocent Ekem, who spoke on the theme Abundant Grace, emphasized that the ability to leave a good legacy is what makes a good man, and therefore admonished parents to be focused, prayerful, and hardworking in order to leave lasting legacies for their generations.
Whatever God has given you is an advancement of God's kingdom, edification of God's kingdom, the revival of the kingdom of God, the church of God. So whatever you can do in any area you find yourself is for a purpose.
Parents of the newborn baby, Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Mba, expressed gratitude to God for his blessings upon their family while appreciating everyone who came out to celebrate with them.
I'm so excited. I have every reason to be happy today because God has really been so kind and faithful to me particularly. And that grace that he has given me to come this far is inexhaustible.
I was worried on how I was going to plan a burial with pregnancy and go to the village. I was worried on who was going to do all the stuff my mom used to do for me during pregnancy and delivery. Then came the legacy prophecies and the scary dreams. But in all these things, God was faithful and saw us through, and we are here today to say thank you to him.
Guests at the event congratulated the parents of the baby and prayed for God's protection and preservation upon the newborn.
Today we are standing and we are celebrating the birth of the child. I want to bless God for the baby and ask God to continue to bless her.
God has blessed Sammy with a baby girl, and it is good to come and tell God thank you, because the more you appreciate God, the more God does for you.
If the foundation is faulty, what can a righteous do? So what they have done today is to bring the child to God, to give that child a foundation which is in Christ.
High point of the service was the baptism of baby Joanna Rose and prayers for her and the family. In Uyo, Ufo Etuk, NTA News.
And that's it. We thank you for being part of it. Up next is our news in translation. Please stay tuned.
e kan mu fo to me segem ko ba ko me ke state mi money no ken ko ka I ko repene even nsege yem John Ario Samuel le ko fo basi ke do mo ni to fon with kira dingin eseme tutu ke ba nsongo ya ko fo ke mai pe akobo fo nwere ma kwa we me se me se kamini yem ki bion kire ba se ya ikpenyon ge ko membox ni ba senem ke ba fandu to me ko to tax law ame kambada iwood uka irin ne tebola Tinubu abenedi mono wo ke uyo etansion si ko ke ba ndu to mami mbona media ngo ke menta yemme awoiso wo eni do yin ku fandu to mami ayabi no foro yen kot arko di benyen yai ko mbo
sana fi ayre mitio ke fi juni so 2025 ekudonto ka fandu to mo foro yin akena na dai guru kare yin Tinubu agismu bokkan got ka ba fandu to mo be taxi ne ado di pende pembo ka fangu be tax yin fandu tum taxami etangami akatonga ka ba sana fion ka fion January iswa isana teme ndien buro wosirongo kuyo ena mention se kikere ka ba no tum taxami bun sinanga tumbo be etanga bo ka ni mo ni shai ba fandu tum taxami ku son do monket ini bun fen etanga ikoy ba sompo ena yem yau karanam yang bo amela nam bonowo attaque par le tronc bombo fon wente fioyo Dr. Paul Orebi atangabo kapana enam yang bonowo ini ento tronc fioyo ba nutum taxami naba ukaranyo kredo mena kok taxami enanga mempo riben ufan isok bonowo nutum taxe tangame na ambrota ado dinam yau be tax ado temen namusong anam bonowo adi pandan do tumu kokudin ayo ngabimo bonowo membio be tax na agasiba ken no seneden William Jacob Kombok NTA
Ebon me unien to yon yak edu wem amedi gido eti won po inondi tommo kemana okoba si innocent eke maketanga mi daga ke kwora ki ko ke ere kom yurok mo eke benense in John Samuel eke koma basi ke ufoko basi Presbyterian mikuyo eko mbon fon
kini manufok ufan yemisene wo eke wongo keri akwodem ke abiman ameke benense yen John Samuel eke yageba basi enye tangentak ero yemmong materi bonga basi abi repe ngem mano na wongeri akwodem eri dara yufok ete Samuel ba ke banga wang foromo kesru forami ado akwori ko ete revenu innocent eken kini aketangi ko kiweri ko wang fon ama meke songo abo yakno munyen dito edu uwene me fonno ngoro sokabura yakno kaiso esem dito mo kekam esini de mesini fak enam men kwa meri beno bon isawa basi ndem dito mo ndem ebi reiti wan kwa kebanga ni parisa ammo ado unye Joanna Rose ete Sanyomba yewana mo kineke tangi ko ma ko basi taiti kebanga eridium amedium ngo ufagomo ndresre ko mono yuhuneke wonge keri ko wodem eridara yemmo misene wonko emaikom ufok ete Sanyomba yensega yem amebasi amawommo esre bonga kamukmeme ena esru fago mebe ya basi sukaka kaiso ammo yensega yememi akana ado kirka pan po meke mamma kereni akedo aridiok nsere yen John Rose mong enyebong akamukmeme yentimpo ena esru fago ni ku fa
ukangi ni bendi wotan bong pon ta penyu ba sem sa sa kan pon tong tutumbu biyo tamtie